Hello, Mario! In this video I'm going to label the plan that we've drawn and export it out of 12D so that we can import it into AUTOCAD to tidy up the plan. So here we go, here's our finished plan there, like so, and just for now I'm going to turn off a couple of layers here. That's the bottom of bank layer, the spots height layer, and the top of bank layer, because as you'll see I don't want to label anything in there. So what I do want to label is the points or the string names and put the bearings and distances on. Now when I say label, I'm just going to produce the labels. Although 12D has a CAD component to it, for me anyway, I haven't had enough time to become proficient at it. So my modus operandi or MO is to produce the labels in 12D and then export them out to AutoCAD where I do my alignment and things such as that. So that's what I'm going to do. And so quite often the labels don't exactly come up how I would like them, but they're the best that I can do under the circumstances. So first of all I'm going to do the string names. So it's just strings label, and I'm just going to go with names here. Okay, so this little thing comes up here, and I want to label all of the names in this view here, which is view 1. Okay, and the model for those labels is I'm going to, I've actually got it in there beforehand, so it's string names. That's the label I'm going to use, and it's actually turned on as well, which will mean that the labels will appear. However, if you're doing this for the first time and you nominate a label in there, that model may not be turned on. So although you create your data, it won't appear until you turn the model on. But I've got the model all turned on because I've practiced this previously. Okay, and I'm going to use, I just used that one there, and I need to just have a look at that and edit it a little bit. So that's where it is. That's the textile. I want it to be my textile. I want it to come out as red. So that's there, and the angle and the slant and the height. Now that height there of 10 might be a bit much, I think. I probably only want it to be 1. So I'm just going to set that like that, and I'm just going to go label. And there you are. You can see that my labels have come out there, but they're not quite what I was anticipating, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go back to here. I think I'm just going to click on that one there, edit. So I think I've actually, I did the wrong one there. I chose, so that's the one I'm going to do there. I'm going to set that one, and I'm going to go label. And no, that's come out exactly the same as what it was there before. So it must be my text. I don't know what's happened there. Text. I want to go with Arial. So I'm going to go with Arial and then set. Okay, and now I'm going to label again. Label. Set. Oh, it says my choice is invalid. What's going there? Wait. I'm just going to go with bold. No, I'm just going to go normal. Normal weight. Set. underline, yes or no. I'm going to set that to no. Okay, set. Oh, I don't know why this is no. Set. Obviously needs all these done. I don't know why this didn't happen last time. Anyway, no. Set. Okay, so now let's try and label, and there we are. You can see if we zoom in, that's what I was looking for, but I've still got the other labels there. So what I'm going to do there is just to go here, go to models, and we can do what we call clean the model, and that just keeps the model itself in place, but cleans it. So the model that I want to choose in this case here is string names, clean, and yes, and that'll clean it out altogether. I'm having trouble moving that again. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just relabel. So label like so, and there we go there. That's sort of how I want it. So that's got all the labels there. They should be in a model. So I can just check. I've got a model. I've put them in the model string name. So if I turn that model off, they should disappear, and if I turn that model on, they will come back again. And we'll just get rid of this for a moment, and we'll get rid of this here for a moment. So that's pretty much all my string names, all the strings I wanted labelled, all the points, so that's quite good. I would want to turn them through 90 degrees, but I had some extreme difficulty doing that. So the next thing I want to do now is I want to do the bearings and distances. So where we go for that is drafting, and I use this one here, and it's a similar sort of deal. You'll notice that I turned off the stockpiles, because if they were turned on, it would label them with bearings and distances. So for the bearings, I want bearing and distance, like that's what I want. Label all segments. I'm just going to leave that blank. So I work first of all with the bearings, and I'm going to put the bearings in a model called bearing. Textile data I'm going to use is that one there, which I'm going to edit. I want it to be red, like that. The textile I want is aerial. The height I want is 1, and I want the X, I want it, the bearing, these are the bearings, I want them to be above the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise that 1, like that, and I'm going to set. Okay, now that's the bearings. And then for the distance, I'm going to put them in the distance thing. The textile I'm going to use is again that one there, edit. And I want this time, I want it to be green, and again I want it aerial. And the height, I just want to be 1 at this stage. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to go below the line, -1, like that. So I'm going to set that like that, hopefully. It's always a bit of a thing. And then finally the short segments, and I'm just going to put them in one that I've called shorts. Textile data, I'll just leave it as 1 like that. I don't think there are any of them, so I'll go right. And as I said, we want to take everything from view 1, and we'll just process it. And there we go, there we have it. The bearing and distance. Now the bearing seems to be above the line, but the distance probably could be, I might try that at -2. Set. and then we'll process that, and you can see that's a bit more below the line. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is clean out that bearing model. So I just go model, clean out the bearing one, bearing, and clean, yes. Oh, that's actually the distance one I wanted to clean out, clean, yes. So now let's just process these again. Oh, that's all good. That's pretty good there. So there's our bearings and distances. You can see there's a bit of a clutter over there, which we can sort out once we get into AutoCAD. So there we are. That's pretty much, I'm happy with the labelling. That's what I wanted to do. As you get more and more competent and experienced with 12D, you can work out and automate these things and get them a lot better. So what it remains to do now is just to export this plan, and before we do that, I just want to turn on the top of bank, and I'll turn on the bottom of bank, and I think I'll turn on the spot heights. I don't know whether I want to use them or not, but you can turn everything on and then export it to AutoCAD. But yeah, that's sort of the plan that I want to export there to AutoCAD. So I'm going to export that. So that's file, input, output, data output, and that's it there. Okay, and we want to select that one there. DWG is the one. AutoCAD release, let's just leave it at that. File name, let's just call it job 01, Zeal. It might pay just to see where that's going. Cancel. Just see where that's going. Browse. So Zeal Traverse, data E, Zeal Traverse. Okay, so that's where that's going. That's all good. Dimensions, well, it's really, I just want it in 2D. It'll be fine. Default level, I like to use, I'll leave it at that. Okay, that's the level. Scale 1 to 1000, yeah, that seems about right. Symbol colours, that's all good. So we just go right, and yep, that's all finished. So that's it there. We might want to just check, I think at this stage, what I've got in AutoCAD. So just drop down from there, drop down from there. Probably your best bet is to actually open AutoCAD. That will take a little bit of a while. Depending on what computers you use and what formats have been set up, sometimes it can be very, it won't open the AutoCAD file in the AutoCAD, correct AutoCAD program. So you need to sort of muck around a little bit. So the best bet I've found is to open AutoCAD and then navigate to the file and open it there. So AutoCAD takes a little while to load up on my laptop, so hopefully I can keep you entertained with my witty repartee about these sort of things. So once it gets into AutoCAD, then we can start to manipulate things around in a more familiar environment. That's not to say that 12D has a CAD component to it, and there are some people that can draw entire plans in that, including all the CAD. However, I don't have a lot of experience in that regard, and AutoCAD is my go-to program to use for that. So here we are, we're loading up now. AutoCAD's, it's almost there. It does take quite a while to get going. So now I'm just going to go File, here we go, Open, and File, Open, Drawing, and I think it was in my E drive. It's not. It's looking for template files. I'm going to go for a DWG, and I'm going to go for in my E drive here. I think it was Zeal Travis, and there it is. There's the file I want to open, and this is quite, because it was created in 12D. We get this little thing here, and here it is. Here it is. It's open. Pretty much how we left it in 12D. So this means that we can now manipulate it around, and we've got it into AutoCAD. So from here we can come up with a simple little plan that perhaps we can print out for our purposes. So it's all very good. Cheers. See you.